Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us in today's press conference. We have here the chairman of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, Al-Haj Murad, and our Chief of Staff, Armed Forces of the Philippines, General Carlito Guansing Galvez. And we also have here the counterpart of our Chief of Staff, the Chief of Staff of the MILF, my good friend, Sami Gambar. I like to call you with that name because that is how I knew you. And our commander of the Western Command, General De La Vega.
We have also the vice chair.
And the first vice chair. Second vice chair, Commissioner Ali. Who would like to ask the first question? The purpose of the visit actually here is a reciprocal visit because last October 6 we visited Camp Darapanan, and we went inside the camp unarmed, and my heart was here because the first time I attempted to enter Darapanan, I was with a battalion of soldiers when I was a second lieutenant. And the Chief of Staff of the MILF then was still Sami Gambar. He did not allow me to enter. So that is the historical perspective of this reciprocal visit. That is why it is very historical, because they were able to enter Camp Aguinaldo without firing a shot. And we were also able to enter Camp Darapanan without firing a shot. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, we will now have the opening statement of the Chief of Staff, Armed Forces of the Philippines. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the soldiers, airmen, sailors, and marines of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, I welcome the MILF Chair Al-Haj Murad Ibrahim and his party to our headquarters here in Camp Aguinaldo. This reciprocal visit of Al-Haj Murad signifies the strong trust and confidence of the MILF leadership on the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the national government, and at the same thing, our confidence to the leadership of Al-Haj Murad and the MILF. Last July, MILF Vice Gadsali Jafar and VIAP Chief Staff Sami Mansur Gambar and colleagues of the Bangsa Transition Commission set foot in Camp Aguinaldo to convey their commitment towards the peaceful resolution of all conflict in Bangsa Moro region. On October 6, we paid visit to the MILF of Camp Darapanan in Sultan Kudarat, and we declared that the war is over between the AP and the MILF. I was much honored when around 6,000 men and women of the MILF lined up together in a 5-kilometer distance from Cotabato City to Simuay. Kung makita niyo po yung yung bridge na separating the Simuay and Cotabato City, that was the longest foyer honors that I have received from any country. The visit done by the AP and the MILF manifests our strong mutual desire of both parties towards just and lasting peace for the Bangsamoro region. The Armed Forces of the Philippines, being a dynamic organization, will keep changing leadership, but rest assured that it will continue to support the peace process with the MILF. And I will always say that at the rest of my life, I will always dedicate my services for the peaceful resolution of all conflicts in Mindanao, particularly the Bangsamoro. Maraming salamat po.
The chairman of the MILF is also going to deliver an opening statement.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon to all of you. Let me paraphrase the famous words Vini Vidi Vici of Julius Caesar, the great general of the Roman Empire after the Battle of Zela. Thus, I came, I saw, I found friends, and I made peace. This message, in essence, is encapsulated in the universal greetings and salutations of Muslims, which I sent to you and to the Armed Forces of the Philippines, headed by the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines at the beginning today. The English translation is, "May peace and blessings of Allah be upon you all." More than 4 decades ago, I walked out of a university without completing my engineering degree. Many of my Bangsamoro colleagues I know did the same. Since then, I have avoided military installations and camps. And to be very candid, during those years of war, I have thought only of destroying or neutralizing military camps, and I never imagined during those dark days that I will one day step inside a military camp and be fitted with the exceptional honor by what used to be our adversary. For this, I cannot fully express in words my gratitude and that of my people for the singular privilege of being honored at the headquarters of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. But let me be clear with our policy from the very beginning. We have never considered the Armed Forces of the Philippines or any soldier of the Republic as our enemy. What we have always considered as the enemy is oppression and injustice. This is the teachings of Islam, and this is what we have always adhered to in the Code of Conduct of the Bangsamoro Islamic Armed Forces in the pursuit, however, of our struggle for the right to self-determination of our people. We saw then the Armed Forces of the Philippines as the instrument of the injustices committed against our people, such as the loss of our homeland, discrimination and prejudices, massacres, as well as the denial of our freedom to practice our religion. This was especially true during the martial law years of the Marcos regime. The resort to an armed struggle was a last and difficult option from what we view then was a genocidal war being pursued by the Marcos regime against our people. Now the situation have changed. We know that for more than 40 years we have been fighting the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and we have also engaged after the Philippine government in a negotiation. Unfortunately, after more than 40 years of fighting and more than about 20 years of negotiation, we have finally reached an agreement between the government and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, as well as the other group of Bangsamoro have also reached an agreement. So now we are in the last phase of this agreement to implement the agreement. We already have, we are successful in making the law through the passing the law in Congress to translate the comprehensive agreement on the Bangsamoro and the other peace agreement. So we are again facing another important challenge, the plebiscite, which will be done in January 21, 2019. But with all these challenges, both now and in the future, we are confident that with our partnership with the Armed Forces of the Philippines and other agencies of the government, we can overcome, and especially also our people, we can overcome these challenges, and we are optimistic that we will succeed, inshallah, in our pursuit for peace, development, for our people, for our homeland, and for the entire country. Thank you very much for this opportunity to speak with you. Thank you.
Okay, we are now open for the first question. Please, David Santos.
Sir, to General Galvez and Chairman Murad, I know there's a mechanism on transitional justice under the peace process, but this is such a remarkable meeting that we're witnessing today, very historic. But we also know that in the history, we also know that more than 100,000 people also died as a result of this conflict. How have you addressed the families of those who died, both on the side of the MILF and on the side of the AFP, as well as the civilians? What have you told them now that we've reached this point? And for them, for some of them who may still be harboring feelings, either towards the MILF or towards the AFP, what messages are we trying to send to them with this historic meeting that we're having today?
Okay, for the MILF, what is important is the killings, all these atrocities are stopped. As far as what will be the remedy, as you have said, we have set up the Transitional Justice and Reconciliation Committee. This is headed by an eminent international person from Switzerland. They have completed the reports. They made their recommendations, and the reason why we established this transitional TGRC is in order to address the long-term effect of the peace process. We know that we cannot address the entire grievances and sentiment of the people, not only the Bangsamoro people, but there are also other people affected. So the only way to address these grievances and concerns is to have a long-term solution, and this is contained in the TGRC recommendation, one of which is to establish a commission on transitional justice and reconciliation commission in the government. So we are pushing this to the national government, and we will also push this in the Bangsamoro government when the Bangsamoro government will be in place. Thank you.
General Galvez.
When we signed the suspension of operations in 2010, which is reciprocated by the SOMA of the MILF, we had some sort of very major reformations on our thought on how the soldiers fight and also behave in the battlefield. During those times, many people, many soldiers having a hard time to really comprehend that we will making peace with our enemy. As Al-Hajj Murad have said, that the MILF did not consider as the enemy, but the oppressions and the discrimination. Same way that we were able to reorder our thoughts and make some sort of undertaking that we cannot really solve this problem and conflict through military solutions. That's why from then on we were able to comprehend some ways on really how to make peace, not using our limits of thinking on understanding really the dynamics of the conflict. From there, we were able to harness our energies to look into the different solutions of solving problems. That's why we called it the soft approach and the hard approach. And we saw that it is very very encouraging to say that when we learned that we have the same sentiments, that we also both of the forces wanted peace, and with that we made some stride. When we were battalion commanders and brigade commanders with West Mincom commander, our thinking then is so different. But with some strides and some effort by the government from the time of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, and then also to the time of our president, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, that they wanted to make peace here in Mindanao. And with that instructions from the president, we have to abide with that. And I believe with the transformation of the armed forces, we were able to open the gates of our camps, and also to open our hearts that this is really the way how to make peace. Understand our friends and to make partner with them. And we saw that if we can join hands, like what we did in Marawi, we were able to finish our common enemies soon as possible time.
So just one follow-up question. Just one quick one lang. Kay General Galvez, sir, you have openly saying you support the DOL, sir. Would this be tantamount to endorsing its strategy?
No, well, part of our our objective and our goals is to end all conflicts. That's our one of our strategies, really, to end all conflicts and also to support the peace process. In supporting the peace process, we have to understand that the DOL is a very relevant undertaking that we have to support in order to have that kind of peace in the Bangsamoro. I think it's not a political thing, but supporting the peace process. That's our mandate, really, is to protect the people and the state, and with that, in protecting the state from war, is also our duty. And in doing that, we have been together in going to different places. The senators, we assist the senators, and we saw really that the passage and the implementations of the agreements that we had with the Bangsamoro and with the MILF should be implemented.
Yes. Next question.
Meron po ba kayong pwede discuss sa public tungkol sa meeting nyo kanina, and any immediate talks on possible cooperation activities?
Pag-usapan namin kanina yung mga some of the issues way ahead. But most of the time, ang namin is yung assurance, considering also that I will be retiring in the next I think 22 days. And I'm reassuring that the MILF that the Armed Forces of the Philippines will fully support, despite who will be the leader, because the Armed Forces is a very, very professional leader. And in my capacity as a civilian individual, I have told them that I will dedicate most of my life really finishing that I have started, which is for peace in Mindanao.
Yes, si Julie muna. Si Julie.
Related na sa kanina, sir. Kasi you will be retiring na.
Definitely yung continuity ng peace talks naman ay nagre-rely din sa kung sino yung umuupo na commanders at sino yung ina-appoint na commanders. So, you'll be living a civilian life. Do you think masusustain ba yung gains? Kasi ito yung sinasabing historical gains eh. Tingin nyo masusustain ba by sa mga sino mga papasok or i-appoint? Or would you have any plans to recommend someone to the president to ensure the momentum continues?
Nung narinig nila yung testament ni Commander West Mincom at saka Commander 1st Division and also the Commander of 6th ID, I believe Sir Sammy Gambart can say that he is now confident that the peace process will continue and the support of the armed forces will continue. Our implementations on the support of the peace process is embedded in the rules of engagement. It is also embedded in our campaign, which is basically governance, security, and development feature, wherein the primacy of the peace process will be always the paramount considerations in all aspects that we do. All tactical actions, all tactical considerations will be undertaken on the strategic implications of things on the peace process. So that's why yung ano ko nga kanina na though I'm retiring, those people who are with them, those younger ones, they will be retiring 3 years and 5 years from now. Our staff, our colonels present there, the environment that we had in the conference, I believe it resonates through the minds and the hearts of our soldiers. What the people will see in the approaches tomorrow and maybe in the other in the next minutes and next hour, I believe it will have an imprint that the soldiers and the MILF now have a stronger partnership towards peace and development.
May I request Sir Sammy Gambar, sir? Because that was also the question of Sir Sammy, and it was he was satisfied with the answer.
Yes, sir. If I may, sir. Sinabi ko kanina doon na darating ang December 12 na may problema kami. And that is the retirement time of General Galvez. But with the express statement of General De La Vega, General Sobihana, and also General Murillo, talagang nakatulong yun sa amin. Kasi as I've said, yung mga general nito, talagang nakikita namin na they are really on the peace process. Sa pinakita ni General Galvez sa amin pagkatapos sila, I just want to repeat my statement na with the attitude and character na pinakita ni General Galvez sa amin na is really for peace, then kami sa MILF, particularly myself, nagiging mabait na rin ako. Si General De La Vega nagiging mabait na rin. Si General Subihana nagiging mabait na rin. At saka and all other generals, hopefully, that magiging mabait na rin sila. With the exception of Ditoyato. Pero ngayon mabait na si Ditoyato. He is now mabait. Kalaban namin dito sa 6ID nung 20,000 all-out war kasi siyang spokesman ng 6ID.
Kalaban ni Ed Cabalo.
Pero kalaban ni Ed Cabalo. Pero now, kailangan we will accept every soldiers of the Philippines that they are our brothers, including Colonel Ditoyato.
That is a very good assurance, sir. I can go home peacefully to Mindanao.
I just want to supplement it a bit. You know, for me, the important thing is for every organization or institution, while the personalities are very important also, but foremost is the policy being pursued by the institution. Now we see that there is a change of policy in the armed forces of the Philippines, and this policy is in line with the policy of the government to achieve peace. So every agency is also obliged to follow the policy of the government. So while we recognize really the personality of the Chief of Staff in building a very strong rapport and partnership with us, also the different field commanders of the armed forces of the Philippines in the area. But then we see that this is also part of the policy of the armed forces of the Philippines to build peace Because without that policy, I think even how much they will pursue, then it will be, it will still be, it will not succeed.
Yes.
Okay.
Next si Benji. Ikaw ba?
Sir, the plebiscite is in January, and there are fears that there might be violence in the lead up to the plebiscite. What's your assessment of the situation, sir, and how is the MILF and the AFP cooperating to secure the activity, sir?
Well, while we see that there is a possibility of some violence during the plebiscite, but for me, this is not the plebiscite is not like regular election where there are opponents in the election. In the plebiscite, it is more an exercise of just expressing the will of the people. So we hope that the violence may not be as bad as the regular elections in many cases. But then, with our partnership with the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police, through the structure of the peace process, we have established a very strong cooperation under the Joint Ceasefire Committee, and we are trying our best that even during the time of the plebiscite, there will be no violence that will happen. So far, we see that as far as we observe the areas, there has been no areas which we see as hot spot for now. So we hope this will continue as far as the plebiscite.
Sir, assessment also from the AFP. And sir, what will your role be in January? You will be a civilian, or are you promised a new post that will help you facilitate?
I already convey my interest with OPAP, and I told Secretary Duresa that can I be some sort of consultant. So he accepted my request, and then also as on the condition situation, we never foresee any violence, considering that Chairman Murad Ibrahim had said that this is it is an expression of our will, whether we will be against with the BOL or not. And we foresee, napag-usapan namin kanina, we foresee some areas, but these are very manageable areas.
Sir, can you tell us more about your proposal to serve the OPAP as consultant?
Kasi normally we have trust and confidence with MILF, at the same time with the MNLF also. What we want is, especially in contentious areas like the areas of the BIFF, we wanted that if ever during the effective implementation of the BOL, maybe we can also reach out with the BIFF so that they can also join hands with us, so that they can also have a peaceful life. Because for us, the fighting that they are waging is some sort of is a waste of life that have been having in Central Mindanao, and also in areas like Sulu. We would like to also convey that maybe with the implementation of the signed agreements, we were able to have just lasting peace in these areas.
Okay, Benji. Next, Benji Liwanag.
Sir, good afternoon. I have actually I have 3 points. Number one, palagay niyo ba, Assalamualaikum, sir.
Sir, do you think as a chief of staff, nakatulong sa inyo yung pagiging part of the cessation of hostilities before you na naging chief of staff kayo?
Yes, malaking naging bagay sa akin dahil kasi unang-una yung naging confidence building measures namin at saka yung talagang I already belong parang with the MILF. Kasi during the time na nagkakaroon kami ng joint operations against robbery, I've been in Darapanan even during night time.
Okay.
I stayed there from 7 o'clock in the morning until 11 o'clock in the evening, planning on how to solve problems in the areas. So ganun po ang naging confidence namin. And even I went to the areas wherein the BIFF, the MILF, the MLF, yung tinatawag lang yung point of no return. Ibig sabihin, wala na sundalo nakakabalik ng buhay. So napasok ko po 'yan during my CCH days, and I already saw yung different camps. And I saw the misery dun sa lalo na sa mga areas na highly marginalized, especially yung sa mga Masapano area, when I saw na doon pala sa loob pala ang dami palang doon parang tiangge na hindi mo nakikita na meron palang marami palang economic activity and it will be disrupted. Na kunyari magbo-bombard tayo ng magkakanyon tayo and then masisira yun. That's why yung pagiging CCH ko, it helped us a lot kasi na-expose ako doon sa kaloob-looban ng MILF areas. And I feel the agony of those people who are living there in a misery na sometimes during the time of conflict talagang miyat-miyat na doon sila sa evacuation area, balik na naman, and then evacuation area, and then balik na naman. And I can feel yung misery ng mga, lalo na yung mga women at saka mga vulnerable. So it really helped me a lot because I was exposed on the real situation down there in the MILF areas.
Okay. So far, thank you po dahil nakapasok din kami ng Darapanan. Medyo may takot din kami sa dibdib before.
Yung Darapanan po, maganda na po yun. Pero pagka nakapasok pa kayo doon sa loob ng SPMS box, nakapasok na po ako sa lining, yung sa lining po. Yung sa culvert, yung tinatawag na irrigation area. Walang nakakapasok doon na general. Sabi nga ni Wahid Tundok at saka ni Haon, ako pa lang daw ang nakapasok na general at nabuhay. Kaya natakot ako noon, kaya tumabi na ako kay Haon. Hindi na ako kasi nandun nga talaga may mga, sabi niya sir, nandito yung BIFF, nandito may mga magkakasama kami dito sa community. Pero I realized na noon na if we can have dialogue, if we can have understanding, we can prevent tinatawag nating unnecessary loss of lives and engagement.
Okay. Can you give us also other points of challenges that the military and the MILF are facing right now and will be facing?
Nakikita ko isang challenges dito yung tinatawag nating yung may certain discrimination pa rin sa may mga Christian communities that they don't even understand yung nangyayari doon sa ibang areas. And I really wanted to convey to them that Christian Lumads, terrorize, we are all the same, we have all the same needs. Kaya nga ko nga doon na dapat yung mga biases, there are biases kasi, especially dito sa Manila at saka sa mga areas na hindi lang napupuntahan. If you'll go there in Mindanao, you will understand. And I believe before they can say anything, their ideas, they should learn first and understand first why they are behaving like this. So yun ang magandang dapat na nila na dapat they go there, not just go there for 2 days or 3 days. You live there for Kaya ako almost 12 years ako sa Mindanao and I saw and I observed how na Sulu is living maybe 50 years behind Manila. How they think and how they nakita ko yung because of lack of education and access to basic services.
Ganun nga po kasi most of the reporters here dahil matagal kami nag-base mukhang sa election pwede na kaming bumoto. But anyway, aside from the MILF, what's next with the Moro National Liberation Front? Are there plans?
We wanted to have yung final solution sa Bangsamoro. and I believe the BOL can solve it. The issues being raised by the MNLF right now, nag-usap na kami mga siguro mga 5 days ago also with by the phone ni Maas, and I told him that I will visit him in Davao, so that in the future they will understand also, so that we will have a cohesion of ideas. Itong talaga yung BOL can be a tool for all the Bangsamoro people to have final peace in Mindanao. I believe ang kailangan lang talaga yung there should be a common concession between the MNLF and the MILF, and at the same time, considering that they have the same sentiment before, ang ano namin po talaga pong maganda is really hopefully I'm very confident that if we will implement fully the governance feature of the BOL, I believe we can solve the problem.
Chairman, may we hear from you some other challenges that the military and the MILF is facing or will be facing?
Well, first of all, yung tungkol sa kay General Calvis, talagang yung being in the CCCH for a long time before becoming Chief of Staff, talagang nakatulong ito sa pagtanggap sa kanya ng most of our commanders, because he have already established a rapport between our commanders during the time when he was in the CCCH. So, nung maging Chief of Staff siya, lahat itong mga commanders namin, they welcome very much yung appointment niya as one, and they feel that we can continue the rapport in building peace doon sa area. Now, as far as the challenges, no doubt there will be some challenges ahead. But then, with the cooperation, with the continued cooperation, actually we have been meeting some challenges already in the ground with the armed forces of the Philippines and the other groups, the extremist group. But in several occasions, we managed to have partnership, and we were able to counter the threat of the extremist group. So maybe when peace is in place already, the peace process is in place, then the more we can counter the challenges in the ground. The cooperation of the armed forces of the Philippines, and then you will notice that in the peace process, we are going to organize a joint peace and security teams. We call it GPST. This GPST will be basically handling the security aspect during the transition period. So this is a combination of the armed forces of the Philippines, the Philippine National Police, and the Bangsamoro Islamic Armed Forces. So we are hoping that with the formation of the GBST, then we can be more effective in countering the challenges in the ground. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Last 3 questions from Dempsey, Victor, and Elena. Dempsey?
Sir, good afternoon. Sir, the provincial government of Sulu last month went to the Supreme Court and questioned the constitutionality of the Bangsamoro Organic Law. Do you think, sir, that this is something that will affect yung momentum nga nung peace process natin between the MILF and the government of the Republic? Can you just give us your sides regarding this matter, and will this also serve as a challenge for?
Okay. As far as the petition of Governor Sakultan in the Supreme Court, the issue of constitutionality is, for us, we are very confident that the issue of constitutionality is well addressed, not only by us, starting from the negotiation of the two panels. They already make sure that what has been agreed is constitutional. This, and then it was also subjected for review by the Office of the President, a legal group in the Office of the President. It was subjected for review in the Congress, both in the lower house and in the upper house. And even constitutional framers who are still alive have officially declared the constitutionality of the BOL. So we are quite confident that as far as constitutionality is concerned, there is no unconstitutional provision in the BOL. So I think the good general also have some information. They've been in touch with Sakultan and Governor Sakultan, and we are confident that this will not affect really the process, the plebiscite.
Last question from Victor.
I believe, as Al-Haj Murad Ibrahim had said, we are very confident. We traveled with the different senators and congressmen during consultations since 2015, and I'm very confident that the BOL will survive the scrutiny of the Supreme Court. Nakita po namin kung how diligently the Congress and the Senator under Sir Nix Tubiri and also the Congress, how they deliberated this for even during wee hours. Nag-overtime talaga po sila, and I'm very confident also. I'm very confident. I think the Sakutan has his right, but we are also confident that we can.
Okay, last question from Victor.
Hi, sir. Sir, can you tell me, sir, yung mga specific cooperation agreements that you discussed during your meeting, and was there any discussion about the BIFF and how to read them from MILF areas?
Well, actually, itong pagbisita namin is generally it's just a confirmation of our long yung cooperation namin between the armed forces of the Philippines under the leadership of General Galvez. So, alam niyo, bumisita siya doon sa amin sa Camp Tarapanan. Then, he invited me to visit also Camp Aguinaldo, and we reciprocated. When he visited Camp Tarapanan, officially he declared the end of war between the MILF and the armed forces of the Philippines. So our reciprocation also is the affirmation of that statement that we also it's also the end of the war between the armed forces of the Philippines and the more Islamic Liberation Front. Now, on the cooperation between the challenges and operations in the ground, long time we have set several cooperation mechanisms through the ceasefire and through the AJAG. So this is working effectively until now, and it's just a matter of strengthening on how to strengthen this mechanism, cooperation mechanism. And I have said, as I have said, under the normalization, we will have an additional mechanism, the establishment of the Joint Peace and Security Team. So this will complement the mechanism we already have in the ground. So we are hoping that with all this mechanism and with the continuing dialogue, we can face the challenges in the ground. Thank you.
So thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much, sir.
Stop right
Live dito. Okay.